Some Muslim players were booed for breaking their Ramadan fasting. 11 minutes into the game at Elland Road, a large section of the Leeds supporters began booing when play was stopped for Manchester City's Muslim players to break their Ramadan fasting.
Is there a necessity to break a game? I understand the protocol. Can we not wait until half-time? If these players are fit enough to start a game, can they not wait till half-time? I understand the dynamics of not disrespecting anyone's religion by asking
How long does it last, when you...
Oh, it's on 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's almost incidental. I don't think I personally don't agree with the booing side of things, but I'm not going to
30 seconds, that's it.
Yes, but fans...
VAR interruptions last probably 6 or 7 minutes sometimes.
This is Simon Jordan. Simon is very, very mad at this. Players who are Muslim getting the chance to break their fast during Ramadan on the sidelines. Shout out to his co-host, Emmanuel Petit, formerly the Gunners, for checking him because this is absolutely harmless.
I'm quite scared about what will happen in the future. And to be honest, the world we're living to our kids, And this is not the kind of message, that for me is very helpful for this world. And if you switch on the television or if you started to read newspapers, you want to commit a suicide right now, because the world we're living is poor, and what happened, at Leeds, it's terrible, and I'm pretty sure it's not a reflection of what the vast majority of Leeds fans think.
You see this as a lack of tolerance.
Of course.
So what happened exactly? When Leeds United hosted Manchester City, play was paused for players to break their fast. Men in Blazers wrote on their Twitter, the Premier League will observe breaks in play for Muslim players at sundown throughout the period of Ramadan, as it has since 2021. The right thing to do. The result? There was a cacophony of jeers and whistles throughout the break, which lasted about a minute, wrote the BBC. Leeds United didn't comment on the matter when contacted by BBC Sport. Utterly shameful stuff. Jordan would continue his dialogue on TalkSport, stating this. If there were Muslim players in the Leeds side and they had been part of a fasting break, would they have booed them? There's a conclusion drawn by the usual suspects that this is racism and can only be that, rather than an intolerance to something the opposition might be benefiting from rather than the home side. What Jordan fails to comprehend with his rhetoric is the following. Anti-Muslim hate in the United Kingdom surged to record levels last year. An organization tracking Islamophobia found almost 6,000 reports to Tell Mama were confirmed by it as anti-Muslim incidents, more than double the number from 2 years ago, with men targeted more than women for the first time since the body was founded over 10 years ago. Adding to it, this.
I was born in Luton Town, a town that's 30 miles north of London. When I was born, there was one mosque, there's now 45. I come to America in 2011 to give a speech called A Warning to America. The reason being is that I wish someone come to my town 30 to 40 years ago and told me what was going to happen, how it's going to happen, how they're going to succumb to them, how they take over, how they operate, the way the politicians bend to them, the way the police bend to them. I wish someone warned us. The first time I mentioned this was in 2004. And it was after the Beslem School Massacre. Do you remember the Beslem School Massacre?
Yes.
If you don't remember it, that basically, and this is coming to Europe, it's going to happen, maybe come to America. They're going to take over a school and they're going to massacre children. That's what they're going to do. That's what they've done in Beslem. Jihadists took over a school and Russian families were outside the school and their children are inside the school. I can still see it now. I can visually see it. Mothers were dropping to their knees as they were hearing their children being butchered in the school. Now, I watched that and saw that it wasn't one man that done this. So this wasn't a crazy individual. This was a large group of men that shared an ideology.
In 2012, that man, Tommy Robinson, a man who begs for money, yet we saw his own son showcase the grift. They are flying on private jets, guys. They are staying at luxurious resorts. They are displaying how they are the complete opposite of the working class. Robinson, real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon, has become an icon for British nationalists and one of the UK's most high-profile anti-migration campaigners, organizing a large rally last September in London, attended by about 150,000 people. Recently, he visited the US State Department. That is a choice, by the way. as much of a choice as it is to put up Charlie in banner form at the Department of Education, but I digress. He would meet with Jack Posobiec, who is practically a Nazi, and who also at one point was seen in a BuzzFeed News, RIP to it, a BuzzFeed News investigation that he infiltrated a protest among left-wing activists and held up an R-word Melania sign. That was him, per their investigation. Jack Posobiec also rumored to be running the End Wokeness account that some of your favorite athletes follow. But not only that, he would meet with Representative Randy Fine. If you have no idea who Randy Fine is, a simple Google search will show you how he is incredibly bigoted. Incredibly. Zateo News, run by Mehdi Hassan, wrote about how he is the most racist congressperson currently. Hard to disagree. Tommy Robinson was also welcomed back on Twitter by Elon Musk, who it seems, when he's not throwing up double Nazi salutes at the inauguration, is welcoming back white supremacists like Nick Fuentes and many more left and right. It is awful. On the Ramadan break during soccer games, Tommy Robinson's pastor of choice, Ricky Doolan, would write on Twitter, why exactly are the games being paused for one religion when the Premier League doesn't do anything for the religion of the nation, Christianity? This is dangerous. It's wrong and must be corrected. He has since continued this theme, calling on followers to boycott upcoming matches in which there will be a fast break. Pure hatred. There is a failure on so many levels by the Simon Jordans and even those who are further to his right. And it is this. They will continue blaming black and brown people over and over again for their problems that they are causing. The violence rate is something they do not wish to acknowledge, or if they do, they misconstrue the facts. These are people, man. These are people. And what I see from Robinson is this influence, this anti-Muslim rhetoric that has not only taken place for some time in the United States in a post-9/11 world, but also currently with the targeting of Somali daycares by journalist Nick Shirley. It is blasphemous. These people are really trying to crush the beautiful part of the United States, which is that it is a melting pot of culture. Same with England. And what you have is all of these people using the modern day Southern strategy to serve essentially as a gateway to unadulterated bigotry. Call it out whenever you can. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.